Very good. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining our Medicine Master Buddha birthday celebration today at our way temples, our way places. This is a very important day for me personally because I really am grateful to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas for teaching us this Dharma door here. In particular, I'm grateful to Shakyamuni Buddha, our fundamental teacher, for introducing this Dharma to us. Of course, I'm also grateful to Medicine Master Buddha and his attendants, the sunlight Bodhisattva and moonlight Bodhisattva to help us propagate this Dharma door here in our world. And my teacher, Great Master YongHua, for teaching us, my generation, this Dharma door, and all of you for practicing this Dharma door with us. Yes, go ahead, DTT.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello, Master. I had a question, and it was, what aspect of Buddhist practice do you personally find the most challenging?
What aspect of Buddhist practice do I find challenging? Right now, there's the different, throughout the different phases in my professional career, right now, my biggest challenge, my most difficult thing, the most difficult challenge for me is not to retire. I'm Vietnamese. In my culture, when you're about 60 years old, then you're entitled to retire. So, but problem is that I can't retire. I have too many children, young children to support. And in my younger days, my biggest challenge back then was to be told that when I first joined, I first became a Buddhist disciple, my Chinese teacher, he was lecturing on the sutra in 42 sections. Okay, it's a real simple sutra, a very good sutra to read if you're new to Buddhism. And there's one section he says, the most difficult challenge, the most difficult thing to do in this world is what? Those of you who know, hold off, okay, until everyone else has a chance. What is the most difficult thing to do in this world?
Sound yet? No, you have to turn it
No
on.
one knows? What's the most difficult thing to do? The Buddha says the hardest thing to do in this world is to conquer the ego, to destroy the ego. Okay, the ego is more powerful than an army of 1 million soldiers. So it's very, very difficult for me to deal with it, because that's what the Buddha said. He says the most difficult thing to do is to conquer the ego, to destroy the ego. He never really specifically told us how to destroy the ego. Okay, and my master, my teacher, Chinese teacher, died very early, so I didn't have a chance to ask him like you have the chance to ask me today. And so I really struggled for years trying to figure out how to get rid of the ego. It's just a lot harder than you think. In particular, this Dharma ending age here, it's a typical case for all of us, is that the ego grows stronger and stronger. It's very, very difficult to undo this ego, to get rid of this ego. Okay, so that was my initial struggles, and luckily for me, I got some medicine Master Buddha blessings. That's why I was able to pull through and survive till today. All right. All right. Good question. Thank you. Next question.
Is it unmute? What is one important lesson you wish you had learned early in your life?
Early in my life, meaning what age?
20s?
20s?
Yeah.
It's too late to learn by the age of 20, let me tell you.
We'll go 15.
15 is still too late to learn.
10.
10? Lower. Good question. What's the most important lesson you learned early in life? Before I give you my answer, what about the rest of you? What did you find to be the most important lesson you learned? Now, looking back, you see, now with the advantage of hindsight, what is the most important thing you think you learned? Go ahead, Wino. What's the most important thing you learned? She's relaxing. She said, "Oh, I feel so good. I made it through the ceremony. It's such a hard thing to do. Now I can relax and take it easy." No such luck. What's the hardest thing you learned?
I learned nothing yet.
Okay, anyone else? It's hopeless for some cases. Anyone else? What's the hardest thing? What's the most important thing you learned? Yes, 3.
Thank you, Master. Jane Clymer says, to accrue blessing and be virtuous.
To accrue blessings and be virtuous. And that's the most important thing to learn early in life.
She says, I wish I knew.
I wish you knew. But back then you weren't Buddhist. Why does it matter? Anyone else? What's the most important lesson you learned? You wish you learned early in life? Master Z, should have stayed in Vietnam, follow your master?
No, Master, I remember I was greedy for food when I was young.
No,
yes.
Really?
Yeah, so I
can't tell looking at Master Z now.
So there's some occasion there, like ceremony at home, and then I ate a lot of dessert, and after that I get sick. So I learned that, don't eat too much.
Don't eat too much. I see. Very good. Important lesson right there. But nowadays, you should eat a little bit more, okay? You have a lot of work to do. Climbing trees and scaling towers, okay, and helping people. Very good. What's the important lesson anyone would care to share? Yes, too. These are real good questions.
Yeah, I wish that I could have learned to respect people older. When I was young, I wish that should have been the case.
To learn to be respectful.
Learn to be respectful and listen.
Very good. Excellent. Okay. To me, that's very important too. I wish I could learn a lesson too, personally. It's not until I was a lot older, like in my 50s, before I learned to be respectful. So if you're not respectful, you will suffer, trust me. And my life was miserable until I learned to be respectful. Okay, why is that? If you are not respectful, the good teachers will not teach you. They look at you and say, no, you don't deserve to be taught. Okay? All right, what's an important lesson you wish you learned? Yes, Master XX. She said, all of my Sanghas are relaxing. He said, now Master is speaking Dharma, we can all take it easy. What's the most important lesson you wish you learned when you were younger?
Don't be so proud of yourself.
Don't be so proud of yourself. Okay, not bad. Okay, anyone else would care to share? Okay, yes, 3.
Thank you, Master. Brady McBride says that your ego can become your worst enemy.
Your ego can become your worst enemy, but it could be your best friend too. True, very true. Very good. Anyone else? What is a lesson you learn? You feel that you wish you had learned it a lot earlier, when you were a lot younger? What is it? Okay, very good. Let me tell you. The lesson I learned I agree with the earlier answer, is that the most important lesson I feel that I should have learned when I was a lot younger was to be respectful. Okay, children in particular need to be taught to be respectful. That value should be instilled in children. The sooner the better, okay? And along with that, when they're a little bit older, then to me, an equally important lesson, okay, is even though you're respectful, there's still something missing, right? Yeah. Yes, you're respectful, that's very important part of your value system, is to be respectful towards everyone. Okay? Everyone. You have to be respectful. But that's not enough. The reason you want to be respectful is because of number 2. So you could say, could be 1A and 1B. Okay? They're equally important if you ask me. What's a very important thing you need to do as well? I wish I knew this a lot sooner. Go ahead, DTT. What did you wish?
I wish I know about the importance of planting blessings.
Importance of planting blessings. Very good. Okay, anyone else? It's still not 1B yet. It's very important, but still not 1B. What is 1B? Yeah, give this lady here a microphone, please.
Dạ, con kính thưa Thầy, con wish là con muốn những việc làm, những hành động của con và những lời nói của con không làm cho tổn thương và tổn hại phiền não đến mọi người xung quanh của mình. Dạ. Và sáng hôm nay khi đi kinh hành niệm Phật thì tự nhiên con giác ngộ ra cái câu là ngày xưa ông bà có nói là trước khi nói thì phải uốn lưỡi 7 lần. Và con hiểu là tại sao mình phải uống rưỡi 7 lần rồi, để không có xúc phạm đến người khác, không làm phiền lòng người khác, không làm đau khổ cho người khác bằng những hành động và những lời nói của mình. A Di Đà Phật.
Hello, Master. One thing that I wish that I had done when I was younger was that to be careful with my actions and that they don't cause harm or afflictions to others. When I was circumambulating this morning, I discovered and thought about the sayings from our ancestors. And the saying is that before you speak, you should twirl your tongue 7 times. This means that you need to consider how your actions and speech specifically will harm others and to act accordingly so that not to cause harm.
Very good. That's very important.
Đúng rồi, cái đó là
Okay. DTT, there's a question or is it an answer? Let's get through to this answer first and we'll move on to the next question. DTT comment.
Be grateful.
Be grateful. Very good. That's also a very important lesson, okay? But still not 1B. What about go forest?
Emitofuo, Master. Yeah, my guess is along with grateful that I wish to learn early in life is gratitude. We often take this for granted. That the love of our parents and the society and all the things we receive, we forget to be grateful for that. Yeah.
It sounds like this is a common discovery when you get old. That you say, I got to be more grateful. He may look young, but actually in real life, he's very old. Okay, not bad. It's a very good lesson, absolutely. That's wonderful. You're sharing all these experiences for you. Yes, but still 1B I'm looking for. Anyone? Want to give up? Yes, DTT.
Thank you, Master. One of the lessons that when we were young, my dad always taught us that we need to do whatever action that we do, it have to have moral.
Morals. Be moral. Okay? Excellent. Absolutely. Being moral is a source of your happiness. This is what worldly people don't realize. You have to be moral in order to be happy. In other words, the gooder your heart is, the happier you will be. So you only have to work on becoming gooder and gooder. That's how you become happier and happier. Okay? That's why I discovered too. In my last 20 years, I've been hoping to get a red car, and it made me very happy after 20 years and dropping hints left and right to all my disciples. They would pull funds to buy me this, buy me that, but refuse to buy a red car. I don't know why. Why not? But it's so disappointing. But anyway, so see, the point I'm trying to make is that hoarding things will not make you happy. Because before you can get those things, you're unhappy because you don't have it. Okay? And once you have it, then you want more. So things will not make you happy. If you want to be happier, you have to be gooder. Yes, 5.
Master, another one that I wish I could have done earlier is to be honest.
Be honest?
To the person that I...
Liar. Never mind.
I do. That's, I think, the most respect that I will give to the person that I trust and I love the most. To be honest with that person.
I see. Even though they're dishonest, like some disgusting politicians.
It's theirs. It's their problem.
Very good. I can provoke him. Very good. Yeah. Yes, DTT.
What does the concept of nirvana mean to you personally?
Concept of nirvana. Okay, let me finish the prior question. Okay, I will then come to that question. Okay, 1B. 1A is that you need to learn to be respectful. You need to believe in being respectful. You don't think about it. You see everyone, you become respectful. You never look down upon anyone. You never think less of anyone. Okay? You should put them higher than you, or at least equal to you, never lower. Is it clear? Why do you do that? You do that for the most important reason, okay, is so that you can find someone who's willing to teach you or guide you. This is a tragedy of most people in the world. They have no one to show them the way. I was very, very unhappy my entire life, half of my life, until I stumbled upon my teacher. When I was at the age of 18 in high school, 17 in high school, I was going to a French high school. I knew already back then, okay, growing up with no guidance, so I would go to the bookstore and look for books on self-improvements. This is a long, long time ago, folks, before the book of self-improvements were the vogue, were the rage, decades later. I was looking for tips on how to improve myself already, okay? Didn't know how to improve myself, so I picked up books on psychology, how to win friends, influence people, and all those things. And I even learn martial arts, thinking I can improve myself that way as well. So I stumble on things. I try to search for tips on how to improve myself. Okay, and this is want to share this with all of it, with the young people at DTT right now, because it's not about cultivation. It's about living your life. Okay, later. You know, for example, you young people, hopefully, I hope you'll be able to find a job. That is, if AI does not replace you and make you obsolete. Okay? If you can find a job at work, okay, the best thing for you that could happen to you is find a mentor. Someone who can mentor you, who guide you through and help you build your career. Okay? You come to the temple, if you're respectful, you'll find plenty of people who can mentor you as well. And that's very, very important. Why is that? Because if you didn't have people to mentor you, to guide you, or to teach you, you basically end up reinventing the wheel most of the time. You try to reinvent the wheel, whereas life is too short. You should learn from the people who are more experienced, who've known success, so that it speeds up your success. It makes it faster for you to be successful. Okay, and spiritually, that's just from a worldly perspective. Spiritually, you need what we call a good knowing advisor, someone who has real wisdom, who can teach you how to be happy. It takes people with wisdom to teach you how to be happy. Because until you have wisdom, you don't know how to be happy, unfortunately. Okay, very good. Question here is, what's nirvana to me? Nirvana is something that is unreachable to me. I have no time for nirvana. I'm too busy. What is nirvana? Nirvana, by definition, have some characteristics. Okay, 4 characteristics of Nirvana. All right, if you follow the spiritual path, any spiritual path, but in Buddhism, Nirvana to us is this place here where you will experience 4 characteristics. Okay, what are those 4? Number 1, purity. Purity meaning that you are free from greed, anger, and stupidity. Meaning that until you reach Nirvana, you are prone to thoughts of stupidity, actions out of anger, and being overwhelmed by greed. All right? And so that's why this is why when you reach Nirvana, you'll be free of all those 3 poisons, as we call them in Buddhism. That's number 1, purity. Okay? Number 2, what's the point in doing it if it's not fun? Okay? Fun in Buddhism is the pure fun in Buddhism, the advanced fun in Buddhism is called bliss. Okay, the bliss is the spiritual fun that you will experience in your mind, and then that will percolate down to your body, and then it will manifest through your mouth and your behavior, so that your language, you speak fun, you know about fun, you can talk about fun, and you can live with fun. Okay, you know how to live in fun. So that's why that's what we call bliss in Nirvana. All right, that's the number 2 characteristic. Okay, what's number 3? Number 3 is permanence. Everything we have in this world is impermanent. Okay? You find out yourself. For example, love is impermanent. You don't believe me right now, but someday you will. You fall in love, then you will fall out of love, guaranteed. Okay? Love is impermanent. All right? Parents are impermanent because your parents will die. Okay? So everything in life is impermanent, whereas Nirvana is something that you discover this concept of permanence, that things will never change, meaning that your purity will never change, your bliss will never change. So this permanent things here is you will experience constancy, you will experience permanence, you will no longer lose it, okay? You will no longer experience loss. And the 4th characteristics of Nirvana is and I thought you had wisdom. You've been certified to have wisdom, you don't know anything about Nirvana. This is so alarming. You should memorize these characteristics, you people. Okay? The 4th characteristics of Nirvana is true self. Meaning that the ego you have right now, all your fears, all your anxiety, all your depression, all your arrogance, okay? Your ego there, the self there, is actually in Buddhism a false self. It's not the true you. That's why you're unhappy. That's why you have so many issues. All right? When you find a true self, that's when you will experience permanence, you will experience bliss, you will experience purity. Is that clear? So the true self is the foundation. Is that being there, that state of being where you're true, okay? You're really true, the true self there. You don't no longer feel the need to lie. You no longer feel the need to scam people, to cheat people. You no longer feel the need to do ugly things you'll regret later. Okay, you be true to yourself. You're no longer worried about what others think of you. You're no longer worried that people whether they will like you or not. Okay, because you'll be true to yourself, no matter what, and that's really a virtuous thing to be able to have. Okay, the state of being. All right, so that's what Nirvana means to me. And I hope that one day I get there, and I can't wait to get there, because when I get there, I would say, sayonara, okay, good luck to you. All right, any final question? Yes, 8.
Master, what's the difference between reciting the Buddha's name and their mantra? And when would you use reciting the name, and when would you use the mantra?
Okay. What mantra?
Any, like Medicine Master Buddha's name or his mantra.
Okay. The Buddha's name is something that there are different Dharma doors. They have different uses. We teach you many, many Dharma doors. In Mahayana in particular, we teach you so many different Dharma doors because they are designed for different purposes. Okay, and in particular, you want to learn as many Dharma doors as possible for a few reasons. Number one, there are what is it? One helps the other. What's the word? Mutually beneficial, they aid each other. I'm sorry? Symbiotic, there you go. The symbiotic relationship. But it's more, there's another adjective that I thought of yesterday, and there were so many questions, I didn't have a chance to use that adjective, and then today I forgot. Okay. Maybe it's time to retire. Mutually beneficial. Okay? So this is why when we teach you different Dharma doors, don't say, I like this, I only practice Chai, I only practice Pure Land, I practice mantras, because that's the best for me. It's no such thing, that's nonsense. That's what the Asians are taught. You specialize in one Dharma, and that's not a good thing for you. You should learn as many Dharmas as possible. Okay? And you practice one Dharma when you are told to practice that Dharma single-mindedly for a while, but you still need to learn a lot of Dharma doors. Okay? That's very important to distinguish, because when I first started too, I was told that you need to specialize in one Dharma door. So either a Chan, even in Chan, should you practice Hua To, should you practice breath counting, should you practice mindfulness, meditation, and so forth. Okay? And that's a wrong advice, by the way, for you. Okay, you teachers should stop doing that. Again, that one Dharma door, you specialize in one Dharma door when you're told to do so. You start out first by learning as many as possible and learning to do what everyone else is doing. That's much more important. Okay, than specializing in one Dharma door. All right? So that's why you learn how to recite the Buddha's name. Okay, the Buddha's name is one Dharma door that you can use very easily, and that function there is primarily is to set your mind into this being called the Buddha versus you, your thoughts. When you're not thinking about the Buddha, you're thinking for yourself. So you talk about purity versus untruth. Truth versus untrue. Purity versus impurity. This is you, your ego, yourself, okay? And you have a lot of poisons, you have a lot of anger, a lot of greed. And when you're thinking, you're plotting for yourself, okay? You're always scheming for yourself. So what you taught is that when you're driving your car or when you're walking down the street, instead of thinking and thinking about what I'm going to do and so forth, okay, and scheming for yourself, you're taught to recite the Buddha's name, okay, and that's to purify your mind, and that's very easy for you to do. Whereas a mantra, for example, has many, many lines, has many, many Chinese characters, and therefore it's harder, it requires more concentration. So that's why the reciting Buddha's name is very, very important. Dharma door, you should all be practicing because you can do it anywhere, anytime to clear your mind. If you're depressed, if you have so much anxiety, if you're so upset, okay, all you have to do is purify your mind, get rid of those thoughts by substituting those negative thoughts with a positive thought, that is the Buddha's name. That's a very, very beautiful practice. Very simple, but very effective. Okay? So for example, when you're angry or depressed, don't worry about yourself. Don't worry about how bad you feel and how wrong this person is, how justified you are in getting angry. Just realize that you don't want to be angry, you don't want to be depressed, okay? And all you have to do is recite Buddha's name, okay? Purify, clear your head with those negative thoughts with the Buddha's name. So you take the Buddha's name, which is a pure, which is purity, which is the most lofty things in the universe, okay? And you stick it in your head instead of following your negative thoughts, all right? That's why it's a very powerful Dharma door, very useful Dharma door. You should use it, okay? Learn to use it. And if you are so good at it, okay, you can clear out your depression and clear out your anger that fast. With the Buddha's name, that's it. All right? What about mantra? Mantras are secret words from the Buddha. And so Buddha taught us mantra because there are some secret things there that is doing that we don't even need to know. Okay, you should know in general what they do and so forth. If you're a more advanced practitioner like Master YongHua, he's a specialist in mantras. That's why he understands all the mantras. And most of the mantras that we practice, he understands them all. Okay, so because it's his specialty, he became enlightened by practicing mantras. So he came to this world here, to our world, this time around, to teach us more about the mantras. These mantras, because they have a purpose, the mantras are designed to subdue the troublemakers, the externalists, and the demons. They're designed to subdue those evil beings. Okay, so they're more powerful in the Buddha's name in that sense. The mantra have very specific purpose. Buddha's name are more general, okay? And so mantras are secret words, secret and sacred words from the Buddha taught us, and each mantra has particular uses, okay? So that's why you learn different types of mantras and you apply those mantras given certain conditions. For example, in my daily work, I don't have time to recite the Buddha's name, okay? Because I'm just too busy. And when I have a chance, I will recite mantras. because I use mantras a lot in my work. All right? Okay, time is up. Thank you, everyone. We'll take a short break and come back for the lunch offering.